We're just about to head into the final session here at the 7th Annual Corporate Governance Conference, a global conference involving speakers from all around the world, including Turid Solvang from Norway. Now, you're one of the co-founders of the Norwegian Directors Institute. Yeah. To what extent have you seen in all of your visits here to Singapore a change in the way that corporate governance is dealt with here, from the outside looking in?
Oh, wow. That's a huge question. You know, I see the focus on corporate governance as such and speaking about these topics and also evolving to trust, not just the legal and compliance issues of governance.
But also, you know, you mentioned trust. It seems very much at this year's conference that we're not just talking about compliance, the legalistic aspects, but really, you know, we've got a session on corporate culture. It's a lot about the soft skills as well, isn't it? But isn't it odd that we even need to talk about trust? Isn't that something that should be inherent in any board that has integrity?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So in that regards, it is somewhat surprising. But we have seen large companies erode trust, both in their own companies, in their industries and in the business as such. So that's why we need to talk about trust. And we also see that customers and employees, they want to be with companies they trust and they want to buy products from companies they trust. So trust is really in you know, the glue of everything. So we need to trust. So.
And earlier on the panel discussion that you were on, there was a lot of discussion about what comes first. Trust, and then you verify what you're told by the company, or do you verify first and build trust thereafter? Obviously, it's hard to pick one or the other, but if you had to be specific, if you had to be black and white about it, what should come first? Trust or verify?
Well, I am a trusting person, so I would go about trusting people first and then see if they're worthy of that trust, because it's really difficult to measure that trust. So you need to see over time, are they worthy of this trust?
But isn't it already too late if you get burnt? In other words, if they abuse your trust, you've already lost your money, your investment in the company.
Well, you build that trust on what they've done already previously, because you have watched them. It's not just like the companies just popping up, and you see. So, you know, like Volkswagen, I would have some difficulties trusting them now, but I wouldn't maybe a couple of years ago, because they built trust over many, many years. So, but now they have eroded that trust, so now they have to rebuild it.
Finally, what's your advice to companies in Singapore about building trust?
Be open, be honest, be transparent.
Sounds so simple, but it's so hard to do for some.
Always easier said than done.
We'll let you go. Thank you very much for joining us here on stage, where we are now resuming the late afternoon session of day one of the Corporate Governance Week 2016. Look out for other interviews nearby this video.